And a lot of these cats don't understand what real work is, and that's everything I do is tied together. That's what's tied in with my Get It Done promotions and distribution. I'm only working with cats, artists eternally. She keeps hitting me up, and she told me to tell you what's up, DC. But the fact that she came from Flint.
We're up, DC.
Right, right.
Wait, is it? I think we got that girl's music.
Yeah, she said y'all keep spelling her name wrong, but she forgive you.
Now, maybe that's why she said what the DC, because he spells everybody's name wrong.
That's my fault.
She done made the trip down to my spot twice, and that's a long drive, just one time. And I actually went up to catch her at a week before at what's that? The Emerald Theater.
Yeah.
And she didn't get to go on it. I mean, you can look on her face and see she was totally heartbroken. And she was supposed to come back to do one of my spots like a week later, 2 weeks later. I'm thinking to myself, she's not coming because she just got burnt and it's literally the same area.
Yeah.
And sure enough, came bright and early, gave energy. She talks with everybody. And those are the artists that I always want in my shows. And it's not, for me, it's not about making enough money to buy a new Benz. It's really, truly is about helping the acts, and until they understand that, I'm actually limiting who I work with. When you called and actually asked me to come on the show, a lot of people, that was an honor because you was like, I've heard of you, and I know you've been, a lot of people don't even know how long I was grinding, so you was like, dog, you've been grinding for a while, and John Drama had told me that. Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, my first encounter with you really had nothing to do with you. Had to do with another dude I knew who really wasn't about business. But so at first, you have to separate that from that. But I see that you keep going and going and going. You know what I'm saying? And like a cat like that, let's just say, isn't doing anything at all right now.
Well, you a good dude, so you ain't gonna throw his name out.
No, man, we'll throw people into the bus.
All right, I ain't gonna do it, dude.
I mean. Somebody I would, yeah.
A Moe Nitty interview, he throws them under there and keep rolling and back it up on them and then come back again. But for y'all, it was an honor to know that people actually remember back then. And, I was talking with John Drama before. Yeah. And he asked me and on some real talk. He said, why you be still working with a lot of these cats who just coming up, man? You've been out for a while. You need to be putting yourself in that circle with the cats who've been out for a while, who doing things, who built their name up, because you one of them guys. And I said, I like working with the cats who up and coming. I like to consider myself like, I believe Trick considers himself the godfather to Detroit or whatever. I like to consider myself the godfather to the up and coming artists. Like, when they need somewhere to go, they come to me.
And bro, like, you have to stay in tune with what is new and what is younger and what is coming up, because face it, man, as cats like us all keep getting older, people keep getting younger, there are going to be newer artists coming out. And you don't want to lose touch of what's going on out here, man. I don't want to be that dude that's like, don't have no clue on what's going on because I'm 15 years older than somebody.
It's funny you say that. I used to be in a group. I'm recently formally in a group called The Core, which it was a hot group, hot music, great talent. But what happened was what you just said. A lot of the cats didn't understand that we getting older. And my issue with everything was now. Let's go now. And they figured like, well, you rushing everything. It's not a rush. It's the fact that I'm not 19 anymore. I'm not even close to 19 anymore. I'm getting grays now. And I got to cut my hair off so nobody can see that. Yeah, and so I had to let them know that there's a lot of artists coming up right now. There's a 17-year-old boy who has a better chest, who has a better stomach, and is more handsome than you are, and just as talented musically, which means that his following is stronger than yours. One, because he's using his asset, which is his youth, and his looks to draw a crowd in. And I'm trying to be Jerome to the next Morris Day. Right. But I'm trying to be the one to groom the next Morris Day. He coming up, and I'm going to put him out there, and I'm going to be the one who giving him all the right moves to make, and then I'm going to fall to the back and play his Jerome. Yep. And that's what a lot of people don't know what I'm talking to, so let me bring it a little current. I'm trying to be Farnsworth Bentley to Puppies. There you go. Let me
them to take that knowledge and do something with it. I mean,
they don't know how to obtain it though, and so that's why I get a lot of people who do come to me. Like my phone goes off from people looking for advice and looking for help. And when I was out back in the days of the A and B side tape, I was literally, the person who I kept going to, who kept giving me good advice, whether I wanted to hear it. I was going to Chris Kelly, 98, after 98. And I was routinely calling her and routinely going to her office and getting advice. And I was talking to club owners. I didn't go and talk to the bouncers or the DJ. I was going to talk to the owner. What you looking for? I was going to talk to program directors and music directors. I was always trying to go one step up, going to the studio and getting words from the engineer on how to make better music and so forth. And so a lot of cats, they don't know that knowledge is easily obtainable if you're really looking for it. And so you got to get out there and obtain knowledge. Then your money will come up, because it's all about money, right? So if you want to get that money up, get your knowledge stop you from doing what you do. And I started doing this when I was young, because I've been a writer forever. And I remember being a kid on the block, and on the block coming up with a lot of big dope dealers. And one of the cats, I mean, he was doing them. I mean, I ain't talking like he doing it for the block. I mean, he got businesses. And somebody told him I rap, and I was a kid. It's like, he said, let me hear you. I went in, I was nervous than a mug. I spit it, though. I got it out, and he said, you know what, he told me, I want to put some money behind him. Now, I knew what that meant at that age, because I knew how he was getting his money, and I knew he had it. So I went around geeked. I was telling people, hey, such and such, gonna put some money behind him. I'm about to blow. And, you know, sadly enough, he ended up getting murdered, and that right there, it took the steam out, and so then I had to get it on my own. But as I say, a lot of things that happen that actually take the steam out, and some people just quit. You know, I could have used that as an excuse to say, you know, my man was supposed to, and so that's that. I actually was younger, and I tell people I actually didn't take a chance for a record deal. I was supposed to go and meet a cat down at the Athenaeum through a plug on my first CD, and said they wanted to talk about giving me some more exposure on a bigger label and distribution and so forth. And I was so nervous, I didn't go. I made up every excuse why I didn't go too. People like, why you, man, I don't need that, man. But the truth is, I was nervous and I wasn't ready. I was too young and wasn't ready, and that's why I didn't make that move. And now I'm at a different age now. I tell somebody, if they came at me now with some halfway decent numbers, sure, I'll sign under your name. All you got a label, you gonna get
you know, we're about to wrap this up too, man, and get into this track. So before we do get in this track, I just want you to be able to tell anybody, is there anything, you know, you want to say to cats out there listening, man? What's your websites and all that good stuff? We got to put it out there before we get into this music.
As if cats didn't already know, this your man's Moe Nitty. If you want to catch up with Moe Nitty, the first thing you can do is get one of these front page papers and check out my column, Who's Hot in the Streets, which has my info at the bottom when you get done reading up on that particular artist. My email address is moenitty1, that's MOENITTY, the number 1, at AOL.com. Feel free to drop your bios there. If it's real, I keep it. If it's not, I'm dumping it. Feel free to hit me up on MySpace at myspace.com/Mr. Moe Nitty, MRMOENITTY. You can also tweet me at /Moe Nitty. And you can also catch me rising at the charts on ReverbNation.com /Moe Nitty. So I'm very accessible. As a matter of fact, I'm going to do you a favor. Just Google Moe Nitty, and out of the 20 pages that come up, click one of them links.
Yep, M-O-E Nitty. You know
That's
what I'm saying?
Not M-O. M-O-E, then N-I-T-T-Y. Moe Nitty.
Yep, so